So I just received a phone call from somebody who want to sell their land. So the location is in Raya Krukut and is in Depok City. The land size is 1.5 hectares. It's a vacant land. Now I'm checking the surrounding area. I see there's a residential project there, Grand Matoa. So I will use this as data for my analysis for the indicative land price. So let's check jual rumah Grand Matoa. We want to know the selling price of a landed house in that area. Let's put 2024 as the keyword. Okay, so rumah.com is no longer there. It's already closed, so we find it in rumah123.com, and this is the price 3.5 billion with that line size. Okay, let's start to calculate, and we're using a land development approach. For the land area, we put all the basic information first. The land area is 15,000 square meter. And for landed house project, we assume that the sellable area around 60%, or it's better we put a safe one, 55%, because some of area probably not effective. So let's calculate 0.55 multiplied by the land area is 8,250. So the sellable area is 8,250 square meters, sellable area for landed house. Now for the type of development, definitely is for landed house project using the data that we see on the rumah123.com, and type is 154, 120 square meter for the building area. So 154 for the land, 120 is for the building area. And the selling price is 3.5 billion. So this is the asking price. So let's assume the transaction price, because definitely the seller add margin to the number. So let's say that the asking price probably will over 20% from the 3.5 billion multiplied by 80% is 2.8. So let's just assume that the selling price is around 3 billion. Now let's calculate the total of unit. So the total of unit is the sellable area divided by each of the land plot. So we get the number of units as around 53 units. So let's just use 53 as our basic assumption. Okay, next we calculate the development cost. So in the development cost, first we calculate for the site improvement. So this is how we calculate the cost to doing the filling, cut and fill if any. I see it's quite flat, so I just put 25,000 rupiah multiplied by the gross area is, so the cost is around 375 million juta. So we calculate the construction cost. So it's a building area multiply by the total of unit. So we get the total number 53 unit multiplied by 120, so 6,360 meter square multiplied by building cost is like 5 million per square meter. You can check the contractor also for building a house. Usually it's around 5 to 6 million per square meter. So we get the number for the construction cost. Now for the infrastructure, I usually assume I multiply like 2 million with the total sellable area. So that's for the drainage, to do the road pavement, So yeah, it's the typical cost. Okay, so we got 16.5 billion. 16.5 billion. Okay. Okay, next, this is the total development cost. So we just sum each of the each all. So 375 million. We adding the construction cost 331.8 billion, and we add the infrastructure cost. Okay, and the total is 48.675 48 billion basically, but it's not a total development cost. We still will adding the additional cost for permitting and all the legal. We put around 3%. So we just add 1.03. So that's for the total is already including the permit. So it's around 50 billion 135,250. Okay. So the gross development value is a total revenue that we can get from all the sales. We assume that the escalation each year for the price is 5%. Now, let's see. We use a 5-year assumption for selling. I need to move this one below so we can have a space. Okay, so the selling price is 3 billion in first year and will be escalate for year second is 3.15 and escalate again 5% and it will be 3.3 billion. Okay, and escalate again 5%, it will be 3.47. Okay, and the last one is 3.64. Now we talk about the sales take up. So in year one, they starting to develop. They have a permitting process. So from the 53 units, probably only 3 units sold, and year two 20, year three 20, and the last year is 10. So we use only 4 years assumption. So all the house is absorbed in the market. Now revenue from sale, we just multiply 3 multiplied by 3, and for the second year, sorry, for the second year 20 multiplied by 3.15, okay, 63 we put on the second year, and we're also doing the same for the third year. So it's 66 billion, and for year 4 is 34.7. Now this we need to calculate, because this is a DCF. We need to calculate the present value. We need to calculate the time value of money. So we assume that the discount rate is 11%. For the formula for discount rate is 1 divided by 1 plus either interest and multiply by n year. Now that's the formula, the basic formula. So we want to calculate the discount factor considering time value of money, because the money that we receive on the second year or the third year definitely will be different from if you receive it today. So let's put it 1 divided by 1 plus all the interest 11% multiplied by 1. Also for this one is only the discount factor is 0.90. And for the second year, we use this one and we add power of 2. So we got 0.811. And for the third year, we change it to power of 3. So it's 0.73. And for the fourth year, we add 4 to power of 4 and is 0.658. Let's summarize all of it. We sum it. Okay. Just erase that. Okay. And for the year 3, this is the discount factor. Multiply by the revenue is 4.8 billion. Goes the same for the second year. Okay. 51 billion. And for the year 1, 9 billion multiplied by discount factor is 8.1. So the total for the present value of GDP, okay, we add for the year 3 48.24 and year 4 22.85. So this is the total GDP, around 130.28 billion. Okay, so next we move to all of the costs. Now the development cost, as we calculated before, is 50.135 billion. And we need to calculate the operational costs for developer to run. So the marketing and promotion will be and admin and legal. So the legal is 1%, admin 1.5%, and marketing and promotion 4.5%. And we just summarize total of the operational cost is around 7%. So 7% multiplied by the GDP. So the operation cost will be 0.07 multiplied by the GDP, 130.28 billion, which is 9.1 billion. So next, what's important, the most also important is the developer profit. So usually developer profit for landed house is around 20 to 30%. Let's assume is 25%, or it's better, yeah, we put 30%. So we do more conservative. Developer want to have more bigger profit, so use 30%. Okay, so 30% from the gross development value is 130.28 multiplied 30%, 39. Okay, 39 billion for the developer profit. So now let's calculate the land price. So the reasonable land price will be the gross development value, okay, and minus the development cost, okay, and minus the operational cost, okay, and the developer profit 39.05. Okay, so the total is, okay, we adding 9.11, we adding the, not adding, we subtracted with the developer profit. So total is 31.96 billion. So that's the land price. So if we divide it by the land area, 1.5 hectares, so the price per square meter is around 2.13 million per square meter. So that's the developer willing to pay if they want to build a landed house project in Krukut area. So the acquisition cost will be only 2.13 million rupiah per square meter that the developer willing to spend to purchase this land. So we need to educate our client. Sometimes they have a very high expectation about their property. So if the purchaser is the end user, probably you can have a high value or selling price quite high that can be absorbed. But if the buyer is a developer, there's a lot of consideration. They need to calculate their developer profit. They need to calculate the cost. They need to calculate the time value of money because when they build, need times also for the unit to be absorbed in the market. So that's how they calculate the price, how much money they're willing to purchase for this property. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.